YouTube fam, we're back. We haven't came up with a name. We got a couple ideas. The Bro Show, the Bro Malley Show, the fucking Fro Bros, Fro with the Bros. Just, I don't know, man. We got a lot of different names. You guys let us know. What do you think? And if someone comes up with a fantastic name, maybe I'll send you some shirts or shit. I don't know. But yeah, this episode is sponsored by the Sugar Shop merch. Yes. And Dr. Dabber. They're lit. They're my boys. Again, at 300,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a shirt and a bong. So, what do we got going on today?
I'll read some questions from some comments and stuff from the YouTube. We got Tyler Bishop says, gotta know, Sugar Sean, if you could match make any fight and both fighters would be in their prime, who would it be and why?
What up, Bishop? If you don't know, now you know. I'm not the biggest UFC fan in the world. So that's a good question. But a couple guys in their prime. I don't know, man. Off the top of my head, I know I've been talking about boxing and shit. Maybe Floyd and Canelo kind of interest me. I know I already got done saying I don't even care about boxing, but off the top of my head, that's my. I mean, Floyd already beat Canelo. Canelo was like 22 years old. I would be curious right now how that fight played out in the UFC. Guys in their prime. Man, that's a question I'd have to really think about, man. Kamaru and Habib would be an interesting fight for me. I'd probably say, yeah, those guys, Habib and Kamaru, and I'm just kind of making that up.
All right, another question from, I'm not going to say that one. Would you ever consider coaching pros in the future, Sugar?
Puck Fussy? Puck Fussy? Coaching pros in the future?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not a great coach, to be honest. I'm not the best coach. When I see the reason I know that and say that is because I look at Tim. That motherfucker's a coach. He can coach someone from the ground up. And then I work with someone. I'm like, just fucking throw a double backflip, spinning backflip, kick the head. And they're like, I don't know how. I'm like, just do it. I'm not a great coach. But you know, I think helping coach in the future, definitely a thing. I'll never have my own student. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't plan on being a coach.
All right. Well, Zachary Vincent says, what is Sugar's strain of choice? Do y'all prefer indica, sativa, or hybrid? I mean,
it's so hard to say, man. Sometimes I smoke a sativa and I'm like, man, it's the best shit ever. And then sometimes I smoke a sativa and I'm like, oh my god, man, I have so much anxiety. So it depends. I don't know. We've been smoking a lot of that. Was it Gorilla Glue? Or was it what was it called? I don't remember. Potent Planet hooked me up with a bunch of flour. They gave me some pretty powerful strains. I actually just had a talk with, I'm not gonna say their name yet because it's not official, it's not new, but I just had a talk with a company. We're gonna potentially have a sugar strain come in. We had one for a little bit. Contractual issues happened with Atrium, with the Sugar Show OG. Some shit happened, didn't really work out. But we're working with somebody because we need a sugar strain, man. We need a Sugar fucking Show OG Kush motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be working on something here soon. Stay tuned.
Donnie O'Connor says, for somebody trying to get started in MMA, what would you recommend they work on first? Boxing, BJJ, wrestling, kickboxing. Side note, same body type as you, skinny, tall, lengthy, and ugly.
Is that ugly? You bitch. That's a good question. I was gonna actually say it depends. Are you athletic? Are you tall? Are you skinny? Are you fat? What are you? If you're skinny and cute like me, dude, I think you gotta know jiu-jitsu. It's weird. It's hard for me to say that because I started out doing kickboxing for a long time, and then I got into jiu-jitsu and wrestling later, and it worked out fine. And I'm the gangsterest in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? But I think starting out with jiu-jitsu, maybe some jiu-jitsu and boxing, doing both. Just get really good at jiu-jitsu, then I don't know. There's not a wrong way to do it, but I think as long as you're doing everything, and definitely make sure you're doing jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and yeah, do that, man.
B Hollywood says, how long until you win the belt?
B Hollywood.
Fight for you in the division.
It's a good fucking question, bud. How long until I win the belt? It's tough to say. You know, definitely within the next couple years, Big Daddy's gonna have a belt hanging up right here. Maybe two. Might go down and fight Joanna. Oh wait, she's not champ anymore. I don't know. But probably a couple years, Big Daddy's gonna have a couple belts hanging around.
in no sense makes. How old's your brother? Does he fight too? 23.
And he fights.
A little bit.
Depends if you piss him off, man. No, I'd say you're like one of the least confrontational people I've ever met.
Yeah.
But you like football.
Yeah.
What you don't like, I punch you in the arm right now, you'd be like, oh. But you like football, like putting a helmet on and just ramming each other in the ass.
Well, at least you know you're ready. When we were growing up, you just hit me for no reason.
Bah, I'm like, whoa.
I'm just walking down, boom, you hit me.
You're walking up the stairs, dead leg.
So no, I mean I do fight like
on UFC Forward and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, if you fuck with him at Walmart, he'll fight you.
I wouldn't.
You literally wouldn't. You'd be like, you're a bitch, and slap him and be like, alright.
Like, dude.
But yeah, those are some good questions. Hey, that was fun. Fan questions.
Drop
I like
some more.
Drop,
keep doing it every once in a while.
Every time you fucking think of something, drop the question. Daniel will look through them. Big card, UFC 262. I know we were talking last time that we were going to talk about these fights, and now we're here talking about these fights, man. Let's pull up the whole card. Actually, no, let's just talk about co-main and main. There's Edson Shamburgos. That's a good fight. Let's talk about the co-main and main. Beneil Dariush. You know, he's knocked out a couple of my buddies.
Oh, Jakar.
Knocked out Jakar when I fought Jose Quinones. And then that was a sick fight. Jakar had him rocked. They had each other rocked. That was a sick fight.
I think Jakar could have won that if he would have taken a step back.
Yeah, he got emotional. And then right after that, he knocked out my buddy Scott Holtzman. KO spinning back fist.
Oh,
but before that, he fought Thiago Moises. That's a fucking name. Drew Dober. That's a big win. Submitted him in armbar. Damn, I didn't know that. Beat Frank Camacho. Beat Jakar. Beat Scott. Beat Diego Ferreira, who's fucking really good.
6-fight win streak.
6-fight win streak. Lost to Edson Barbosa, who's fighting on that card as well. Lost to Alexander Hernandez. KO punches in the first round. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, on a 6-fight win streak, getting a huge fight. This could put him in the title contention. Fighting Tony Ferguson, who's coming off a couple bad losses too. Not even like, oh, that was a close fight decision. Like, he got worked by Justin Gaethje. Got his ass beat.
Disgusting.
Hard to watch.
Walking in and taking that.
And then he got fucking toyed with on the ground by Charles Oliveira. People wanted to see Khabib versus Tony Ferguson. Dude, Charles Oliveira worked him on the ground. Tony said, I did 6 hours of jiu-jitsu. But still, I mean, Charles is an insanely good black belt on the ground. But before that, look at that. Before that, just beat Josh Thompson, Edson Barbosa, Lando Venata, which was a crazy fight, short notice. RDA, huge win. Kevin Lee, huge win. Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone, who's on like a 9-fight or 6-fight losing streak. That's insane. We could even talk about that. Poor Donald on a 6-fight losing streak.
I said one more at
one
55.
More? Fuck. I'm so thirsty. It's so fucking hot out here, dude. It's 100 degrees. And me and Shayla took the slingshot today. So I'm just dehydrated, trying to hydrate up. But yeah, Tony, I don't want to say a must win because Donald's off 6. This will be his 3rd loss. But this is a huge fucking fight. He needs to win this fight to be back up there. 25-5 is 24. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Dariush.
It's a 3-round fight. We got to keep that in mind.
I think he's going to just keep that constant pressure. I think it's going to be a lot like the Gaethje fight.
You think Dariush is going to keep the constant pressure?
Yeah. Like, kind of like that, what Gaethje did against him and just hitting bombs. I mean, Tony's going to push forward, but just really catching those bombs like Gaethje was.
Yeah, that's a tough fight for me to pick.
I hope Tony wins, though. I think he...
I'm a fan of both. I definitely like both. Don't have any emotion going into this fight, so either one win I don't really care that much. If I had to pick 3 rounds, dude, that changes the game. Beneil's on a tear. You know, how old is he? Dude, Tony's 37. Beneil's 32. Beneil's, arguably in his prime. I'm gonna go with Beneil. But really, that's a toss-up, dude. That's a fucking toss-up, and I'm actually very excited for that fight. You got who?
I'm going Beneil as well.
All right, Beneil, better win. We got $1 billion on you. All right, Michael Chandler, 22-5, coming from Bellator. When he fought Dan Hooker, not a lot of people knew who he was. There wasn't a ton of people that knew who he was. And I knew who he was because he had fought Benson, who's a fucking beast. I think he fought Benson twice. Beat Benson twice. Beat Damn, he lost to Will Brooks twice in a row, but he had some crazy fights with Eddie Alvarez. And I knew of him for a while. Did you ever see it when Brent Primus fought Chandler? Brent Primus kicked him and had that nerve, and Michael Chandler kept rolling his ankle.
I saw the highlight of it. Ooh. Yeah, that was gross.
But then they rematched, and then he beat him in a decision. But yeah, Chandler's legit, dude. And then he knocks out Hooker in round 1. I love Charles's offense off his back, dude. Anytime he gets taken down, that motherfucker's so active off his back, throwing up triangles, throwing up arm bars, guillotines, just so offensive off his back. 31 years old, in his prime. Michael Chandler's 35, but the dude's shredded. Always comes in good shape. Charles is fighting out of Shoot Box. That's where I just beat up Thomas out of. Or he trained there. Probably still does. Sanford MMA. What do you think about this fight, Jobin? Pickle.
I don't really know. I mean, I haven't watched Chandler much, and Charles looked good in his last fight against Tony.
Did you watch his fight versus Kevin Lee by chance?
I haven't.
Dude.
Pretty sick fight.
It was a sick fight. Damn, he's on a fat win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, his fight against Kevin Lee, I remember watching that fight. I was like, damn, if this motherfucker fights like that he's going to be hard to beat. Then he fought Tony Ferguson and looked even better.
Yeah, and he's been fighting in the UFC for almost 12 years. Like, I feel like it'd be pretty sweet to see him win one.
Yeah, it definitely would. He used to fight at 45, moved up to 55. He lost the decision to Frankie Edgar. That's crazy to think. It's crazy. But the dude's fought everyone. He's fought Cowboys, fought Cubs, he's fought Frankie, Jeremy Stevens, Max Holloway, Miles Jury, Anthony Pettis, Ricardo Lamas, Will Brooks, Paul Felder, Clay Guida, Jim Miller. Dude, the dude's fought everybody. It would be sweet to see him win. Huge fan of that dude. Huge fan of Michael Chandler too, actually. I don't want to say huge fan because people say huge fan. You're Shane. I love you on the Ultimate Fighter. So I'm not huge fans, but I definitely enjoy watching both these guys fight. I think it's gonna be a sweet main event. I'm actually fucking jacked.
Who do you got then?
I'm just sitting here talking about it because coming in I didn't have an answer because I don't know, man. I'm horrible at picking fights. I think if Charles Oliveira, Chandler's gonna come out fast like he did with Hooker, try to back him up, and Hooker got caught leaning back with his chin up. I think Charles is going to stand his ground, more high guard, and throw some knees up the middle. And I feel like, fuck, dude, I don't know. It'd be sweet to see Charles sub with a submission win because I just think that would be fucking crazy and it'd be sweet. But I don't know. It's a fucking coin flip, man. I would say Charles.
Charles is only 5'10"?
Yeah, he's my height. He's a little bit shorter than me, probably. I don't know.
So long when he's in that cage.
Yeah, well, I do
too. Longer than Chandler. That's crazy.
Wait, Chandler's not 5'8", bro. Is that what it says? Bro, Chandler's 5'6". Maybe 5'7". I don't know. I've never been around him, actually. Both cool motherfuckers. I got Charles. Who do you got? Charles, come on, brother. You got a bajillion on you. So that's what we got for UFC 262. I wouldn't recommend putting money on that because it's tough, man. In other news, John Jones would rather wait for mythical payday that isn't coming than fight Stipe. What do you think? What do you do? You're the best in the world, pound for pound king, defended the belt more than anyone, and now you're kind of in this little area where it's like, pay me. He's getting getting up there. He's getting older. You only have a certain amount of time to fight. What do? Do you fight and not make as much money, but do what you love to do, or is it? Or do you say, no, I'm worth more than that, I'm not doing it until you pay? What do you think?
Depends on if he thinks his matchup with Stipe is like. If he thinks he can beat Stipe, then I would take it, show the UFC you're active, show the UFC you're ready to fight Ngannou. But if he thinks Stipe is going to be a tough fight for him, I wouldn't take it. I would just wait for that big payday with Ngannou.
What if it doesn't come, though? What if in 3 years he's like, fuck, dude, I'm way out of my prime, I haven't fought, and I'm not going to be able to go back in time and fight? It's hard to say because we're not in his shoes, but I feel like for me, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's just, and I'm sure John Jones loves fucking fighting, loves competing, loves performing in front of a crowd. But if you think you're worth a certain amount and UFC is just going to make a fuck ton of money off you and they're not going to give you what you think you deserve, maybe it's super tricky. But he's just getting older. You know, there's plenty of fights for him. But it's just hard, man. It's hard. It's tough. It's tough. Did you see Anthony Johnson got arrested for credit card fraud or something, for like $500?
It was like 2 years ago, but he's just got busted for it. That sucks. Yeah. He
I
paid
wonder
for a full trip somewhere.
what someone's credit card. Who knows what really happened? Like, I don't know. Who knows what happened? But John Jones, it's like, come on, brother. I don't know, man. I'd love to see you fight. I want to see you fight again.
I would too. I think Ngannou would be sweet. Just to see John Jones back in action. Have you seen a picture of him lately?
Yeah, it looks huge. Look like me.
A little bit. Not really.
Yeah. Luke Rockhold is ready for a comeback, but needs a sucker willing to fight him. No one in the middleweight top 10 is willing to face Luke Rockhold. Is really starting to cramp his comeback ambitions. Dude, did you ever watch Luke Rockhold versus Bisping and they're back and forth and shit?
That was cool.
That was that story was probably the coolest shit ever. He beats Michael Bisping, submits him, guillotine choke, round 2. And then, like, 7 days notice, some shit like that. Michael Bisping's, like, in a movie set or some shit, drinking beers. And they call him and say, hey, you want to fight for the belt? And he's like, dude, yeah, fuck yeah. Knocks him out in round 1.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like Bisping's first time he won the belt, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it was the first defense against... Because he just won it from Weidman, or did he win it from...
Who? No, I think that was the first time Bisping got the belt, was when he KO'd Rockhold.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's what I was saying.
Oh, Luke's first defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he beat Chris Weidman, yeah. Dude, and that fight was fucking crazy too, Weidman. Because Weidman threw like a spin in some shit, and like Luke took him down, beat his ass, and that was the end of it, or the beginning of the end. But that was one of the coolest stories in fighting, Michael Bisping's. Getting that fight on such short notice and KO him, especially after he already lost. But yeah, Luke's saying nobody in the top 10 wants to fight him in the middleweight division. In the middleweight, we got Izzy, Roberts 1, Paulo Costas 2, Marvin 3, my boy Jared Cannonier's 4. No one in the top 10 wants to fight him. Anybody, Luke Rockhold's, I'd say, I don't know if he's a big draw. I honestly don't know what kind of numbers he does, but I think he's a somewhat of a up there guy in the UFC. So I'm sure they can put him against anyone. It'd be a good fight, main event, but. All those fucking fights in the top 10 are tough fights.
Yeah.
Edmund Shavazian is number 10? Damn, that's wild. How long does it say, Shay?
17 minutes.
That's perfect. Yo, YouTube fam, let us know down low our name. What do you guys think? What do you guys think our name should be? The bro froze, the hoes.
The bros with the froze.
The bros with no hoes. No, I'm a Christian.
Me too.
I don't know. Let us know. And we're thinking of we need to think of a sweet name, sweet logo, sweet intro. What do you guys think? I know you guys are creative. 300,000 subs, giving away some shit. Let me know. Deuces.